Holy crap. Oh my God, Lois.
I'm about to bust.
And with that, I'd like to welcome you all to Pixel Pulse, the first and only show that you immediately clicked off within the first nanosecond of me making any sounds.
Yes.
I'd like to formally apologize to the audience. We are without our live American Sign Languager and our good friend Melvin. And in his place, we have a very special guest, a man who you may know and love if you watched the last episode, or maybe you hate him. And his name... Introduce yourself, dear guest.
Hi, I'm Quinn again. Quinn is trash.
He changed his name from Quinn is trash to Quinn again.
To Quinn again. Yep.
Quinn again.
Welcome in, Quinn.
Why don't you guys get started while I try to figure out what's going on with our live chat right now?
Hello, Quinn. Welcome to the official podcast of Pixel Pulse.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm.
No, I'm actually here. It's really fucking weird.
I know you're in the studio. Yeah, in person.
Studio. Okay, so for those who don't know, this is just a fucking dungeon. It got me like chained to a wall, and I don't know what.
Shut up. He's actually being crucified. And the further the show goes on, the more blood he loses.
The worse that it gets.
I didn't realize that they could put it on a fucking hinge and slowly turn me upside down. Here we are.
Yeah, no. Yes, Echo. Quinn is indeed here.
Hey, Echo. Hey.
He is here and he is being a person.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking yeah, man. We're just here doing the stuff with the
things and the stuff
man,
while we scuff.
Yeah, no, rambling is definitely not my strong suit.
That's okay. That's all right. We'll deal with it anyways.
I'm way better at just making dumb noises than I am at yeah. We got to break ourselves. What so why is the ground so wet? I don't understand.
Why is the ground wet?
What
happened to the ground?
Just throw you guys under the fucking bus. Yeah, you thought you were safe the last one, but no. Now I've come back here to mess with you.
Yes.
Yeah, especially without the interpreter here, the sign language guy.
Yeah, the American Sign Language.
Yeah, he was
not
creepy
here.
enough. So
unfortunate that the sign languager has passed away for today only.
Oh yeah, he went missing.
He went missing
in an undisclosed location.
Echo says keeping someone locked in your gamer dungeon is hype. Food costs add up after a while, though.
What food? They're literally just giving me rocks. I've been chewing on rocks for a day and a half.
You sure you didn't morph into flesh?
I've been getting my nutrients from the minerals obtained from said rocks.
Okay, for context for the flesh, Peter. So you know how I hit you up to join us for Among Us last night?
Yeah.
I was streaming with Els and a bunch of her like streaming friends, and we were playing Among Us Town of Us mod.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the skins that you can do is Peter Griffin, which is why I've also been on this holy fuck thing. But also, I discovered one of the colors added in the Town of Us mod like perfectly matches the skin tone of Peter Griffin. And so I was walking around as just naked Peter Griffin going, holy fuck.
Oh, proximity chat?
No proximity, but like I was doing it to my stream, and then like whenever like I was a ghost, like the way she had it set up was anyone who was dead can be open mic with other dead people.
Yeah.
So when people were dead, I had my reverb on. I was like, holy fuck.
Because if it was proximity, that'd be even more.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
It's just
holy fuck.
I would be there for that.
I love proximity Among Us, but Els doesn't really like it that much, so we don't play it there. But maybe the three of us and some other lads can do that.
We need
sometime.
to reboot a Minecraft server and just have proximity chat in the server.
I still have that one Minecraft server for Soggycraft 2.
Do you?
I never stopped paying for it.
Oh,
like
wow.
all the modded, the one that we were like building.
Mhm.
all that time. I
It
still
does
have
not
it.
clear doing tasks. No. No.
Yeah. Also, Elsie literally made a point of it. We had all of our tasks done, and we were just like wandering around for like 2 minutes. The imposters weren't killing, and it turns out Elsie's just like, no, I don't do tasks.
What?
What?
She wasn't an imposter, but she's just like, I don't do a task.
Why?
I'm like, we need to win. What are you doing?
Oh no, I don't do tasks.
I'm here for the experience, man.
She just likes to fuck around and like mess with people, I guess. But
Fair enough.
I'm here for the vibes. I'm not here to actually be productive. What?
Do you think I'm gonna play the objective of the game?
No.
Why would I do that?
no. In
The
this
objective
house,
is
we
not
love
dying,
elves.
right?
But yes, welcome to Pixel Pulse. We are remiss to announce the departure of our dear friend Melvin. He'll be back next episode probably.
Yeah.
He just had some stuff come up,
But
but
he's gone missing.
we
Missing.
also were supposed. If you're wondering about the other body crucified next to you, well, there's a story.
Melvin?
Melvin.
But no, we were supposed to be
Megan
live.
gets it.
We were supposed to be live last week, but then this little bitch over
Oh,
here.
dude, that made me nervous.
He slapped the top of his
I know.
tower, by the way, for those who didn't know.
Yeah, it's just like there's like a flip
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah.
of metal on top of it.
To give context for that, I have been spending like what was it last weekish?
It took. I started experiencing issues like about 2 weeks ago, and it got so bad to the point where I had to really take it apart and figure out what was going on with it. The boot drive died on my computer, and I didn't know that initially, so I was really trying to figure it out. And Austin here, thank God that you know things about computers. I thought I knew stuff about computers. Turns out I didn't. And since you're local, I decided to give the PC to you, and he was this man's a good man.
I spent.
Froze knows too much.
What?
Unfortunately, you
knows
went
too
missing
much.
at the same time the Terraria co-op playthrough gets announced.
He knows too much.
He knows too much. I spent 3 days working on that computer just to make sure that it was
Yeah.
running, and thank God I got it running. I thought the first 2 days were simple because I was like, okay, yeah, we'll just try to get everything transferred over, and it was working. And then he went to plug it into his computer, and it was all like, no, I don't want to work. And I was like, what the fuck?
So we basically had to start over
yeah,
after we had it sort of running, and then after we started over, like initially I just gave the drives to Austin and was just like, here, you know what you're doing, because I was working with him over Discord and he was telling me what to do. I was like, I think it'd just be easier if I give them to you.
Yeah.
So I did that. I gave him the drives, and then he gives me the drives back. But then when the drives come back, it's like, I'm confused. This wasn't the PC I was just tuned with, and then it had a conniption. So then, yeah, I just ended up giving
the whole PC just took the damn thing.
Yeah. It was a fucking nightmare. Did he tell you about any of this, Quinn?
Very slightly. And see, now the problem here is, right, I'm fucking dumb sometimes to where like anything involving anything computer, like my computer is Frankenstein's monster, and if you told me to point to any single part of my computer, I could probably like point at the whole tower and go, this is a PC. And there is a motherboard somewhere in there. There's definitely like graphics inside of this. Did something, right? Yeah, that's about as far as it goes. So like you try to explain anything to me beyond like, hey, his computer was fucked and I fixed it, then we're clear. But beyond
Like
that,
getting into specifics, you're just like, what?
yeah, no. I'm not even ashamed of it. I will flame myself for it. That's hamster brain.
Well, you're new to PC gaming as of like what, 3 years?
Fucking new to PC gaming. I have had has that only been like 3 years?
It's been a while. It might be longer than 3 years, but still.
Like legitimately just want to press buttons and make happy lights go. And my happy lights are just blue. I mean, but it's still like I hear the fan go and I'm like, hey, it turned on. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Another day where it doesn't die.
Yep.
And then to make matters even more beautiful, after I finally get all of my PC situated, and I have most of everything recovered. Thankfully, even though the drive is like, it's more or less dead. It's not dead to the point where I couldn't recover stuff. So I got most of the shit off. So we're good. And I mostly have it like back to where I was. But then 3 days ago, my Steam got hacked by someone in Germany.
I'm not
Germany,
laughing at that.
really?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's kind of hilarious because I was live while it was happening, so I
no.
didn't catch it. And like I kept getting emails being like, "Hey, we're your recovery phone was just changed. Your recovery email was just changed.
No.
Your account name has been changed. So now I don't know what the account name is. I don't know what the recovery email is. And let me fucking tell you guys how mad I am at Valve right now for making it the most headache-inducing process to try to recover this account. Because there is no way to open a support ticket without an account.
Without an account.
Yep.
And there is no number to call.
Yep.
There eventually I did like fuck around and find something to do, but like there's like on their like support website page, quote unquote. I did air quotes, you guys couldn't see that. But on their support page, there's like a list of things, and there's even one where it says my account got stolen. Click here. You click there, and then it just gives you a list of things to try with no links to like open a support ticket. It is so obnoxious. I forget how I eventually figured something out where I could get a hold of them. And slowly but steadily, once every 16 hours, they get back to me with the next step. Currently, I'm at the step of I've sent them like a bunch of receipts that I have
To show that you've
that
made
this is my
purchases. Yeah.
account. And I've shown them like my address and stuff like that. And so I'm hoping that they can get to the bottom of this soon, because I can't play Sonic Shadow Generations anymore. I got an hour and a half in, and then this all started happening. Quinn, I'm upset.
I haven't even bought it yet.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Live.
Who are you?
I've probably.
I thought you were the Sonic guy.
Yeah, I am. That's the part that gets me. I just haven't had time.
No,
It's
that's
been
fair.
a very busy week.
That's fair.
I didn't even when it dropped. I only learned because like I hopped onto like fucking Twitch and saw like 3 people streaming, and I'm like, oh yeah,
It dropped
that
early on
thing.
Steam, weirdly enough. The release date was the 25th, I noticed, but it was just available on like Tuesday on Steam for some reason.
I'm being held at gunpoint now.
Mhm.
Rose is now holding me at gunpoint.
Yep. Congratulations.
No.
He's holding Shadow right now. No.
But what have you lads been playing? I know you said you were busy, Quinn, but have you been playing anything in the time you do have?
So I've recently made a trip to Cedar Point yesterday, and the entire trip there and back, I played through and gotten through the Elite Four of Omega Ruby.
Yo.
I mollywopped him. I got tired of it. I totally hacked in a team of level 100s and just absolutely just like drug their faces through the dirt. It felt great. It was way better than the alternative of me having to grind. Fuck grinding. I just wanted to beat the game. Post game is cool.
You said Omega Ruby?
Yeah.
I had Alpha Sapphire, but I never played it. I like got it for Christmas, but didn't even boot the game up. I don't know what was wrong with
You
it.
don't even know about the Delta episode, do you?
I've never played. Okay, so the only Pokemon games that I've played in full would be
Oh, you're wrong.
Black and
Froze.
White. I've played half of X and Y. I played through all of Arceus, and I played through Pokemon Yellow. That's it.
Yeah, it's easier for me to tell you what I haven't played than have played with Pokemon,
Okay,
which is pretty much all the mystery
Poke
dungeons.
Park.
The mystery dungeons. That's about it.
You play Poke Park on Wii? What about Poke Park 2?
Yes. That's like you pulled memory. That was like I forgot even about that.
What about Pokemon Rumble on Wii U?
Oh, I didn't even like Primal Groudon either. I primarily got Alpha Sapphire because you could get Crocodile in it. You can get Krokorok in the desert. And that's one of the main reasons why I got it. There was some exclusives. Krokorok was one of them, and then I can't remember what the other ones were. Shift Tree Supremacy, but yeah.
I think it says Pokemon Station for N64.
Stadium.
Oh, Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Stadium.
Yep. They also just corrected it.
Yeah, I never even used any of the primal like Pokemon at all because like Rayquaza was just so much better.
Quinn, was it you or someone else who was like telling me that Pokemon Stadium on 64 is like overrated?
Pokemon Stadium on 64 was fun as shit. But Pokemon Stadium on the Switch is overrated. It's
Why?
because you can't transfer Pokemon into it.
Oh right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to use the rental Pokemon, and that is holy crap. Have fun beating through the game. Have fun playing through the Master Ball tournament with rental Pokemon. Have fun with that. Yeah, I thank God my Kangaskhan has Bite. Thank God.
Because fuck you, froze.
Yeah. No, that's what made Groudon like super cool until you realized that you don't need water to kill Groudon.
Fair enough.
You just use anything stronger.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Agari? You've been playing.
Well, I have been addicted to this little indie game. It's literally just fishing. That's all it is.
Oh,
It's called
web
web fishing.
fishing.
Yeah.
I saw Vinesauce and played that.
Oh,
I watched a little bit of it.
I am stupidly addicted to this just little Animal Crossing style-esque fucking fishing game. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. I don't know why I've put in about 20 hours into it already.
Jeez. When did this come out?
I think it was, I don't know actually. I can look it up, but because it only just started popping off recently with like the big VTuber community and stuff like that. People were all like, "Oh, this game is so cute. It's only $5 on Steam, and you can just fish with your friends and stuff like that." About a week ago, I don't know. Did it come out a week ago? I'm looking at right now. Web fishing release date. If my computer will work with me. 3 weeks ago.
11th of
apparently.
October.
Oh yeah, so it only came out a couple weeks ago. But regardless, it was a October 11th. Okay, thank you, Captain Froze. Captain. But it was on Steam, and it's just a $5 little indie game that was made by, I think, Lame Developer is what they're called. But it's very just chill. It's very Animal Crossing style looking. You get to choose if you want to be a cat or a dog, and be the dog, and then you just start. You
Drowning.
fish.
You start drowning.
Yeah, you just drown. You drown. You jump in the water. You drown. That's it.
Fuck yeah.
And on top of that, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has been released.
Yep.
And I've been playing a little bit of that. I did actually play some multiplayer today.
Yeah, I lied. I've also played that recently too.
Yeah.
It's not
Drowning Simulator. Yeah, Megan. But I've been playing that. Well, we'll talk more about Call of Duty here in a minute, though.
Just a minute.
It's been okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, first two games, I was like 3.64 KD. So
Mhm. I'm still getting used to it. Though the multiplayer is weird.
that's because you're old. Joke's on you, Eggman.
Well, other than losing my mind to technical problems lately, I've been trying to de-stress by playing some Animal Crossing a bit. I restarted my island, so
Oh, nice.
that stream island from 3 years ago, yeah, chat, it's gone.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, rip.
Well, I did it on purpose because I get this way a lot with Animal Crossing, where it's just like it's been so long, I don't remember what like my plans for my town or whatever was, and honestly, it's more fun in Animal Crossing when there's like a lot to do rather than like
Nothing
I'm
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like to, start over in Animal Crossing a lot. This is why I've never completed like any of the museums, despite having thousands of hours in all of these games.
Mhm.
And I thought about going back to like some of the older Animal Crossings, but on one hand, I do think New Leaf is a better game than New Horizons, but also I just like being able to like play shit outside wherever I want, and New Horizons is generally more customizable, and I just like it. Call me Shasha Fresh and slap my ass. I don't care.
I had to restart my island because a while ago when I had my older Switch, not the OLED that I have now, I had
Are you getting a ground out?
yeah,
right
there's
now?
a little bit of a ground out. I hear it. I think it's gone now. Yeah, it's gone now. But I played it, and I was hunting because actually, yeah, Froze Cherry is one of the villagers that I was trying to look for in my epidemic. I don't know if that's the right word. In my adventures is what I meant to say.
It was a situation, sure.
Yeah, I was trying to hunt down Cherry because Cherry's my favorite villager. But in my adventures of finding Cherry, I actually found Raymond. And Raymond is like one of the most, well, at the time at least, he was one of the most sought after villagers.
Black market cat.
Yeah. Black market cat. Everyone was all like, give me.
I think I have a Raymond amiibo card in the dresser over there.
Do you?
I've got a Raymond on my island.
On my last island, I had Raymond, who I think I summoned through amiibo, and Marshall, who I got naturally. And Marshall is the best. I love that motherfucker. He was my town flag for the longest time, just his face. And Marshall is based.
Oh, Megan, I'll take Cherry from you. I will take Cherry. I love Cherry so much. Oh yeah, another thing too is I got my Wii working, and because I had an old Wii that was just stashed away, that was just not being used, and I asked Gabe if he had any extra like wiring and stuff that I could use for the Wii, and he's like, "Yeah, here you go." And gave it to me. So the funny part about that is,
I don't know why I have random Wii hookup cables.
I mean, it works, but I went to plug it in, and it just didn't turn on, and I was like, "Well, shit." But so
Sounds like a Wii.
Yeah. So here, first of all, when I went to plug in the power cord into the back of the Wii, the previous connector that was in there had broken in it. So I had to pick it out with a little pick because there was just some plastic and stuff that was left in it. So I was just pulling it out and getting all the plastics and stuff out. And then I got that out. I went to plug it in, just didn't turn on.
That's okay.
Okay. But then like a couple days later, I messaged Gabe. I was like, no, it's not working. I think I just got a dead Wii. A couple days later, I had to check by the power extension thing that we had to see if something wasn't plugged in. And I looked and I noticed that the Wii power cable was only halfway plugged in. So I was like, oh. So I unplugged it, plugged it all the way back in, and then I made sure that it turned on, and it turned on right away. Real side, by the way, Nook Mart. Yeah, I used to use Nookazon. That's what it was.
Nookazon.
Yeah, I used to use that back in the day.
I had like a really scuffed Facebook page that had like a chat in it.
Yeah.
And that's like all I used. It was just literally for the turnips. That was it.
Fair enough.
It was like called Turnip Exchange, ACNH, something words.
You know
English.
what I need to get? I need to get a memory card for my Wii, for my GameCube games.
Yeah, you might have to go to Mega for that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything else we want to play before we get into our first topic? Or talk about that we played, rather?
Oh, controller's going bye-bye.
I got fidget controllers on my desk. Quinn, you want a controller to fidget with?
No, I'm totally fine.
You want one?
Nah, I'm good.
I've realized, chat, over the last couple of Pixel Pulses that if I have a controller in my hand, I stay way more focused. Because like whenever I stream, you know, I'm always just like yapping while slapping buttons and shit. Yeah. So if I just have a controller in my hands, it keeps me more focused.
I am happy to have helped you out with that, Froze. Now panic.
Yeah, panic. Yep. Panic. You have to. All your turnips are expiring tomorrow. Goodbye,
Don't they expire on today? Today's Sunday.
Oh yeah. Well, you can buy them today, but if you bought them last week, they expire tomorrow.
I think they expire the day you can buy them. But anyways, why don't we go ahead and get into our first topic, gentlemen?
Ooh, yay! First topic.
Oh.
How about that? Would you look at that? The first topic today is, hey, do you got $20? Can I borrow $20?
My wallet. No.
Why, man? I need to get $20.
I don't get paid.
Okay, that's fair. I need $20 right now because I need to enhance my audio quality in Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Can you tell me what the fuck you just said? What does any of that mean?
I need $20. So for those who don't follow with a lot of the shooters and stuff like that, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has been released. It released last week. No, Friday. Or Thursday. Yeah, Thursday at midnight, Friday, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah,
this.
depending on what country you signed yourself up for.
Yeah. You took a trip to New Zealand and stuff like that,
100%.
which people have been getting demoted because of that.
Yep.
And that's a whole punishment thing on its own. But regardless, So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has built-in support for a third-party audio tool that is charging $20 for you to have good sound so that you can have your own custom soundscape in the game, which, like, it doesn't sound like a terrible idea, but at the same time, it's literally just creating a pay-to-win environment on the game, allowing people to just, like, you know, purchase a license for excuse me, I'm burping. A license to hear better, to have a better advantage over other people. And according to IGN, this license lasts 5 years, and it is included as part of the enhanced headphone mode with universal related transfer function, which is basically just created specifically for the Call of Duty soundscape. So it's supposed to make everything... It's supposed to make the soundscape more exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's engaging in, like, pay to win kind of controversies. People are like, oh, you literally have to buy better audio quality.
How much does this expand the file size?
I don't think it expands the file size, only because
So it's on the game by default. You just have to pay.
you have to pay.
access.
You're paying for the license.
Wow.
But what's the difference? Do you know the difference of what you get when you buy it? Like, yeah, it's more scoped out audio, but I mean, I could always just, like, overblow my audio in my headphones and just turn the music off and still be able to hear your footsteps.
Yeah. I think it's
If I had to guess on an audio engineering level, it's probably
Depth of noise.
yeah, like the frequency range. Instead of being like 48K, it's probably something even higher than that. That's why a lot of Call of Duty games tend to be so high in file sizes, is because they have a lot of lossless audio files. And those shits get massive on their own.
To add on to, like, audio quality aspect of, like, Call of Duty and stuff like that. This is actually the first Call of Duty too that they have accessibility things where you can tune the different types of frequencies that you get through your headphones. This is without the $20 license, which is awesome that you can experience that, because I actually have a friend who is kind of, I won't say hearing disabled, but she's got a harder time hearing. And she's all like, there's certain frequencies I can't hear. And now that I'm able to change these certain frequencies, like, for example, like changing a 5K frequency up over a 20K frequency, whatever, she's able to hear those frequencies a lot better over the other ones, because you know, she just can't hear certain frequencies sometimes. And this Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has admittedly probably one of the best audio, like, setups I've ever seen for just making sure that, you know, like, it sounds good, you can play the game fine. Which, by the way, I've experienced no hitching in the game. I've had no problems. MW3 gave me so many fucking problems for hitching, and you know about that.
Yep.
But I've had no problems with it so far. It's super weird for, I don't want to say it's super weird, because it's just, I don't know. What does Activision, it's not why would we want to, what is the purpose of making a whole new separate program that has a license to enhance video games to make it pay to win?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to break it down, it's I'm going to be the guy to say this. It's about making money.
Yeah.
It's going to be nothing else other than that. It was like, at their peak, it was 100,000 people playing Black Ops 6, like, on release. Let's just say that got peddled to half of them. That's like $20 a person, you said?
Yeah.
So, like, if half of them bought that's 50 grand. I mean, like, you're still making up that money and then some. If everybody did it, then you're really hitting, like, numbers. Now you're hitting like 2 million in profit off of that.
Well, I wonder if, because, like, I know it's not Activision that made it.
Whoever did, it was 100% right on the dot.
Yeah, because it's a third party audio.
Disguised laundering scheme achieved.
So, I mean, of course, Activision's going to make something off of it, right? Because if it's like a third party, but they're using Call of Duty
if they wouldn't make anything off of it, they wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah, that's fair. And it kind of makes me worried, because I remember when Melvin was discussing the topic about Steam letting you know that games are only you're not buying the games.
Which, follow up on that, by the way, he did, even though he's not here, he did want us to touch on that did fully pass.
Yes.
By the way.
Yep.
And when I went to pre-order Call of Duty, it was the
warned
first thing. It warned me. It was the first thing that popped right up. It said, hey, you're not going to own this product if they shut it down. And once they take it off the store, it's gone.
And see, I got mine off of Xbox, so it didn't even give me that warning because I don't own it anyway. Game
But-
Pass, baby.
Yeah, on Steam, when I went to pre-order it, it was just all like, hey, this is how it is. And I was like, oh shit. Like it did kind of hit me in that moment. I was like, oh, well, if this game gets shut down for whatever reason, I don't own this game anymore. It did kind of click to me at that moment. I was like, oh fuck, okay. But it kind of also came to the realization of like, well, now that I have to pay I don't have to, but like if I want good audio quality in my headphones from my video game, I have to spend $20 for a 5-year license for it. And I don't have problems with the current soundscape of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Like it sounds fine to me. I don't need any specific anythings to whatever. I'm not sweating my fucking balls off to make sure that I'm the top of the leaderboard in every match that I'm playing. But like there's I don't know, like there's pro gamers and stuff out there that like they play Call of Duty. They do it for like leagues and stuff like that. And what if I know this is kind of like a really weird what if, but like, what if one of those professional COD players can't get the $20 sound effect thing, and all of a sudden they're at a disadvantage because everyone else that they're facing off against in the Call of Duty community has better hearing than they do.
Well, it might not even be an option. See, in like when you start getting into like leagues and stuff like that, a lot of things have to be cookie cutter. So like if they decide, hey, they're going to decide everybody needs to have this, or you can't play.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play, like you can't go into a tournament unless you have this feature.
Yeah, so like that kind of makes me think of like, like the peripheral idea. Like you got to have these specific peripherals, and maybe even like they might have like specific accounts dedicated for that already are activated with them with the $20 sound thing, whatever. Because like I'm a big Valorant person. I like playing Valorant and stuff like that, but like if you watch people play Valorant, they have their own mice, they have their own keyboards.
Yep.
But the only thing that they are not allowed to bring is their own headset, their own headphones, because they have to use the stages, offered in-ear protection, or not in-ear, but whatever, in-ear monitors and over the ear headphones.
Yep.
But there was a time where you could use like Turtle Beach headphones, like way back in the day, like MLG type days. Like people would have like Turtle Beaches and stuff like that to gain advantage to hear better over other people because certain frequencies would be tuned differently, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know if that's still active now. I don't know because I don't pay attention to the Call of Duty championship stuff, but it just kind of makes me think like, what else is this gonna entail into? Like, are we eventually gonna have to go to a stage where it's a $70 game with a $20 transaction?
Is that how much it is? It's $70 plus the 20.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. And it's a $70 game with the $20 for hearing, and then let's say you want to use a different peripheral. Oh well, you can do that for $15 extra. Like what else could happen from this? Like is this like a down? What do you guys think? Is this a slippery slope, or do you think this is maybe just something that's just going to pass for this game?
I think this is them experimenting to find other ways to start earning money, because as has been shown recently with a lot of games, next stream in a row to mention Concord, the live service model seems to be dying as an industry standard type game, or at least model to produce your game around to generate profit. So I'm wondering if this is them just trying to test the waters and see, does this work for us? And
What fish bite?
Yeah.
Well, not me. See, then you have my third point of I don't give a shit. Like I'm never gonna buy it. It's never gonna apply to me because I don't think they're doing this for the casual gamer, right? Which is probably, I would like to at least assume, as at least half the player base for them is just casual guys, especially people like me, people like old fucks, like people in their like mid 30s that are like working all day, all night, come home, hang out with their family, and maybe get an hour or two to play this game. You know, I'm not going to buy that. And most of the people doing that aren't even going to, I didn't even know about it till you brought it up. Like, that's just how out of the loop I guess I am with that kind of stuff. But I can't be the only one at that point,
right?
In my mind. Like, it just makes sense that the only people that are going to care are the sweaty fucking dudes looking at me right now.
Yeah, right. Which, to mention,
I'm sweating a lot. What are you trying to say?
To add to that kind of, apparently the company that I guess I didn't really realize this, Embody is the company that made it. But they've worked for the likes of Final Fantasy 14 and Cyberpunk 2077. So these people, like, they know audio, and they've been working with good AAA quality games to make good audio. So, like, of course they're proud of it. They've worked on something here, but like, it just, to me, it feels so unnecessary. For like, you want to create this incredible soundscape for a video game. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna slap a $20 charge on it.
Right.
Like, why? The game's already $70 fucking dollars. I think it was like $150 for the deluxe edition, and like, you still have to put another $20 on top of that to you know, make it sound good. And then on top of that, they have the battle pass system. So,
in all honesty, the game already sounded good. When I was playing it, man, I was severely impressed with like how it ran the first go. Yeah. And like, audio sounded great. Like, that's always the first thing. I crank it up to 11 and just try to have the audio go, and I didn't have an issue with it. Now that I heard about this, I'm like, how much better could it get?
Right.
Like, what are you really truly changing for my ears? Like,
so
you can hear a cracker fall from 100 more feet away.
Yeah, right.
Like,
what I'm hearing then, based on the way you guys are describing it, I've not played this game and I don't really have an interest to, but
fair.
What I'm hearing is this is just, I don't know if it's accurate, but it sounds to me more like it's just a bonus thing for those who are really into higher fidelity audio. But I still don't think it should cost this much extra money, especially if it's already on the game files, right?
Right.
Like, if you're downloading like a DLC, okay, I still think $20 is a bit much, but and I like, you know, I'm an audio nut. I love high fidelity audio, and I like researching audio stuff like that. But even to me, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I don't think I would want this, but okay.
Yeah, people are, even in the IGN article that I'm reading it off of, people are discussing it and calling it pay to hear.
Yeah.
It's, there's a ground out.
So you said this was from Embody, right?
Yes.
Have you been to their website yet?
I have not.
So, if I may, I'm seeing Embody is trying to like shut this shit down. Apparently they're calling it a rumor, even though it's not. It's not. So they're saying what you can do is you can go into the settings in Black Ops 6 for audio, and you can click on what they call immersive audio on headphones, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about.
No. So this is a weird way. And they're like, so then why do I keep hearing about $20 for immersive audio in Call of Duty Black Ops 6? And they said, enhanced headphone mode, and I quote, comes automatically with a universal profile free for all gamers. The spatial audio profile is sometimes referred to as HRTF, so head-related transfer function, which it changes based on ear size. What? Okay, so
can my headphones detect how big my ears are now?
They're skirting around it. You also have the option to create your own personalized profile based on your unique, and that's a 30-day trial for free. But they don't bring up the fact that it costs money after that.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's a license for a one-time payment of $19.99. Yeah. So they did a really good job saying it wasn't that way, and then ended their article with saying it is that way.
Yeah. They skirt around it, and then they're like, "Yeah, no, it's actually $20."
HRT for my ears. Someone in chat just
Yeah, it froze.
Yeah. So yeah, even on their website, they're just roundabout saying, yeah, it's true, but it's not true.
Mhm.
You could just go in the settings and like, it's pretty much just like, why don't you just turn the gain up?
Mm-hmm. I'm just reading the article a little bit more.
It's silly.
Yeah, it's just basically, people are just kind of complaining about it. Like, why it gave me to the idea of like, oh, great, you want to hear for better audio? Like, cool, you can have that advantage, but what is that going to lead into in the future? Is that like you got to pay $50 to use your mouse and keyboard on Xbox or something, or like if you want to use, because some weapons and stuff are already locked behind paywalls, because there's the Call of Duty store, which you can buy characters, you can buy weapons and stuff like that, which some of the weapons are already pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
And Call of Duty Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3 was really bad about it.
Yeah, and they did it to the point where it was like aggravating even like smaller people like me that play, because it was a matter of, okay, well, I don't have this gun unlocked because of my rank, because I don't play enough.
Yeah.
But it is now in the meta, so I might as well buy this tracer pack that comes with the Mastercraft version of that gun.
Mm-hmm.
I can get that gun, but in a week now they've nerfed it, and another gun is in the meta.
Yeah.
And that's how they get you, folks. That's how they fucking get
That's
you.
how they get you, exactly.
They burn your fucking house down, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, and I'm sure, I'm absolutely, well, I don't know, because this is Treyarch. Treyarch is the one that did Black Ops 6. The last one was
Cold War.
Yeah, that was the last one that Treyarch worked on, was Cold War. And then who did MW3? That was
Activision.
That was Activision?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it might be different, but it's still, because the way that it's set up is the store has, it is connected to your Call of Duty account. So if you have like Call of Duty points on your account, it transfers between all of the games that you play. Conveniently. But they've also made it's called the Call of Duty launcher now. So you can go, instead of it being a specific game like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, it's just the launcher for all of them. So it's Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Cold War, and
Warzone, baby.
Warzone. Yep.
The only one that matters. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, zombies is good in Black Ops 6.
It's debatable.
Okay, that's fair. I haven't worked through the Easter egg stuff, so I don't know. I like it. I'm very easily satisfied with zombies though, because I'm super into that, like, just round based style of it.
Which no, I'm the same way, but not to segue too hard. My question always becomes, is the new game better than the old game? And not just from a point of nostalgia, but as a point of reference. I don't think Zombies in 6 beats Zombies in 3. And 3 has always been the benchmark of good zombie experience.
Yeah.
And even then, a lot of people hated it because a lot of the zombie experience was like given to us and taken away from us very quickly.
Yeah.
As far as community standards go.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 Zombies was, I would even argue, like perfection for zombies, because of how much there was and how the story was, because they're trying to move on from that whole era of the zombies saga. I think it was called like the Samantha series or something like that, Samantha Chronicles.
Yeah.
But they're trying to move on from that.
Yeah, now it's about Sam.
Yeah. And
it's the same damn thing.
Yeah. But we did start off with only 2 maps for zombies. So who knows? Maybe the future will hold something.
Holy shit. Might get a good version of Kino. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Holy crap.
If I could get a remake of Kino, that'd be awesome. But regardless, $20 for enhanced audio is kind of ridiculous. And I could see why people would want to do it, just to have the competitive edge. But
the evil computer froze. The evil computer like program that you see in, what is it, Liberty Falls?
Yes.
That its name is Sam.
Yep.
Which is that makes me lose my mind, because then they also brought up, like, what's the other one had Richtofen, but it was like Edward Richtofen.
Yep.
Which, what? Let's just make new names, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Regardless, I just think that the $20 is ridiculous. And I think charging for better audio, like, I mean, even if it was $5, like maybe that would have been okay, but still people are going to complain about it because you're still paying for audio.
It didn't come with the game, and we weren't told that it wasn't going to come with the game. And after we bought the game, then they said, by the way, I don't think any cost could have made that justifiable.
Mhm.
In my own opinion.
I mean, like, even if they would have announced it in the beta, which nobody knew.
No.
Nobody heard about anything about that from the beta. Everyone was just playing the game because, well, the whole Omni movement thing was huge.
That blew. I was so happy. I'm like, oh shit, I can run backwards now. Cool.
Yeah, no, the whole Omni movement thing is really cool.
But see, adding that I'm sorry, I'm gonna be that guy. Adding the useless thing like Omni Sprint and things like that. It's the same issue that I had with being able to, like, when we initially had the big freak out over being able to mount surfaces in Modern Warfare 3. I'm like, it's cool and everything, but if everybody's special, nobody is, you know? So like, yeah, Omni movement's cool, but now I'm going to have to like look at dead bodies because I swear to God, I laid on my back, got all the way up against a corner and just laid there on my back facing forward toward my feet. And people just run by me thinking I was a dead body against the wall. It was great.
Yeah. People are going to have to start checking bodies and stuff. Yep. I forgot what I was going to say. What was it? Oh, yeah. Because, like, the Omni movement is cool because, like, you can do super cool stuff with it. But isn't it still kind of, like, weary to the Modern Warfare 3 movement era or the Warzone movement era? Like, because
we're breaking expectations now. For now, an easy payment of $20. Now you get Omni hearing.
Yeah, that's fair. It just, I don't know. I'm worried that might snowball into something worse, and we're gonna have to start paying for more on top of what we've already paid for.
I'm still surprised that nobody has found a way to break that yet. Because, like, what was it? Without any special movement or anything, we were doing snaking back in Black Ops 1 and
I
2.
remember that, yeah.
Like, that was without any other fancy movements. Like, oh, we could sprint and dive. There you go. And you somehow now can, like, lay down and still shoot like you're standing up.
Yeah. And chat, you're not going to see this, but I'm going to reenact this for Gabe. Okay. This is basically how the movement is in Modern Warfare 3. People are jumping around. They're doing all this. They're moving left and right. They're spinning back and forth just to kill you. And then sometimes you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Agari was just flopping on the couch.
Yeah, guys, that's all I was doing.
To give you guys a visual representation of what just happened.
I Gmod ragdolled.
Yeah, imagine just like a corpse combined with like a fish. and that's what he was able to accomplish. But all right, we got anything more to add, or are we ready for topic 2?
Yeah, that wraps up my discussion. I think that's what I'm okay with.
Quinn, so move on to your beautiful topic, my guy.
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Fuck!
Oh my God, I'm coming.
And all of our audience is gone.
So again, this topic is an extremely open topic with like 7 different ways it can go. But I'm gonna start it just by painting a quick picture. And this is just a frame of reference.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, seriously. Everybody, here's the picture. Peter Griffin. naked on a bed. Yeah. No, so it's honestly a frustration of mine. So I'm just gonna do it from my point of reference. We have a retro game store. It really is just an electronics store. It's huge. It's huge.
Former location of the click wall, by the way.
Oh yeah, to those who
rest in peace, click wall.
No, I turned it into a Caddyshack wall for like a week.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, they have like 50 billion Caddyshack copies. Yeah. They hid the click. They hid them. They spread them out everywhere and hid them well. But
like the fucking Chaos Emeralds or the Dragon Balls.
you can't hide the like 600 copies of Caddyshack they've got everywhere. It's crazy. The slogans if Mario, then only bros. Yeah. Hey yo, what?
Hey yo.
All I heard was only bros, and I'm in.
Only bros.
Let's start.
What's good, bro?
So, my current frustration is, I've had a Sega Genesis forever. I've had it long enough that like, I had to like open it up and like clean the reset button. I used it that much. But recently I've started buying other game systems that I once had. The first main one was the Super Nintendo. So I started going into getting the physical games for that Super Nintendo. And so far it was super easy. I got all the Mario games. I got all the Donkey Kong games. I snatched up a couple of Kirby. We were doing fine. And then I started wanting to get some more of the obscure ones. Now, let's just pretend that I don't have access to Switch Online Plus membership, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only viable way up to this point to get something like Earthbound was to just go out and get it. Well, I can recall like maybe 2 months ago, this place that I go to had Earthbound. It had it in box, and I was like,
big ass box.
yes, it had it. $600.
Holy fuck!
$600 to play Earthbound again. So naturally, if I was anybody else with a slight bit of brain and a family to feed, those people might end up going online and finding a way to access that game without having a physical copy,
Right.
and it would make their lives easier.
Mm.
Well, with that being said, there are two organizations that are out right now that just got screwed over because of their want to preserve the ability to do this without spending an arm and a leg from scalpers.
Mhm.
And the two places are fighting, like they've been fighting for 3 years to lift DMCA exceptions that would allow libraries to remotely share digital access to preserved video games that are no longer available on the market.
Mhm.
So the whole deal, it was the Video Game History Foundation and the Software Preservation Network were making a petition of sorts to allow libraries, and I'm using air quotes this whole time because you guys know what I mean when I'm saying this. Anybody who has gone about this method of obtaining games, they allow libraries and archives to remotely share digital access to out of print games in their collections on the internet. Oh yeah, Pros has heard about this.
Mhm.
I'm glad everybody needs to hear about this.
Mhm.
I think if everybody speaks the same volume, they can't not be heard.
Mhm.
And the more that people know about this, the better. So there was a whole thing in the DMCA case that they were going. It's section 1201. So that one,
Quinn's pulling out all the fucking
Yeah.
stops here.
yes,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm telling
Hell
you,
yeah.
section 1201 states that libraries and archives are unable to break copy protection on games to make them remotely accessible to researchers. Those are people that want to be able to view the library, pull the research from the library, and view it on their own emulating software.
Mhm.
Right? Not the fact that they are making these ROMs. The ROMs exist no matter what.
Mhm.
Right.
Like those are always going to be in circulation, but it's the method of making the ROM that matters, and they're wanting to reverse that back to like we can just do it any way we want to be able to play it the way it was meant to be played.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did have the manuals, which was great, but this one, the issue with that, the exception would open up the possibility of a digital library where historians and researchers could check out digital games that run through those emulators. So it's about 87% of most retro games that were released before like 2010 are like almost unobtainable now.
Mhm.
And I mean, like the list is a big one where like the only way you can find these games now in a playable state is to do it by researching on online libraries.
Mhm.
So
Good air quotes.
yeah. And now with this failing, the only way to legally obtain it is like I said, if you want Earthbound, and you want a physical copy, it's $600. And even then, even though it's on Switch Online Plus, the argument becomes, is it worth getting a $200 Switch and then paying for the Online Plus membership just to play Earthbound for a week?
I will counter it slightly. It is on the regular service, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not on the Plus membership.
Okay. So just the regular,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
an online service you
Yeah.
have to pay for.
I agree. I just wanted to clarify.
It's free if you get the new
Yeah.
Mario Party game.
Yeah, for 3 months.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I went to GameStop. I don't really like shilling NSO because I am generally mixed on the service. I mean, I like having access to the games, but
I just like that I have it for free.
yeah, he's part of my membership. But I went to GameStop the other day just to kind of look around, see what they had for like merch for like Christmas for some friends. They were selling like little N64 enamel pins that came with a 12-year family
Really?
membership for NSL Plus.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was same price as NSL Plus family membership.
Hey, that
Plus
means you
four.
could buy a fucking clock. You could buy the Nintendo clock with that.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
the whole family can buy a Nintendo clock now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Pros. I still can't play goddamn Sonic Adventure 3.
Sonic Advance.
Oh, Advance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Sonic Advance 3.
Yeah.
I mean, really? Come on now. Did you use anybody besides Amy? Let's be honest. No, I'm being honest with you. Like, that's the only way to run the game is Amy and Sonic, right?
I've
You-
never played.
Move quick, kill everything. Or it was Amy and Knuckles was crazy. Amy and Knuckles went hard. That was the duo in 3.
I think I only ever played Sonic Heroes. I don't know if I've ever played another Sonic game.
Heroes is so good.
I know Heroes
Wait.
is good. I remember Heroes.
Yeah.
What do we have to do with this, man?
Oh no.
Flog him. How about you take me off this crucifix right now?
Okay.
Put me on there.
Swap us. Just swap us.
Get out there, buddy.
Okay.
The Knuckles had, dude, the wall spin dash with Amy only. That was what made it so fucking good. Anyway, see, Froze gets it. Froze gets it. Amy and Knuckles was the way. Cream and anyone was also the way. Cream was also
Hey, yo.
broken in Sonic Advance 2. Sonic Advance 2, Cream went hard. You could kill every boss without moving. It was great. Well, you had to move like a little bit, but like seriously, I digress. The U.S. Copyright Office said, "Fuck you guys," and because of that, they and I quote: "Here's exactly what the Copyright Office said." The register concludes that proponents did not show that removing the single user limitation for preserved computer programs are off-putting and permitting off-premises access to video games are likely to be non-infringing, which means no. That's they could have just said no. They also noted that apparently greater risk of market harm while removing the video game exemption premises limitation. So they're saying that doing this would limit access for legacy video games, which I don't see in truth where that line makes any sense, because they're saying, okay, so doing this means that if we give everybody access to, like, let's say, download Earthbound at their own free will from a game library online, which means that, hey, if we wanted to make an Earthbound remastered or just re-release Earthbound for any reason, just for people to buy, like how they did on the 3DS, where you had the virtual console games you could buy. Well, why would you buy that if you already had access to it? We might do it in the future. Are you going to do it in the future? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's literally what they're saying. They're like, I don't know if we'll ever release these games ever again, but if we did, we wouldn't make any sales off of it if this was a thing.
It's just leaving that big, like, if we did it.
But you know, for $20, you could get Omni gaming.
Oh, I love Omni gaming. That's exactly what I need.
The problem that this makes, the biggest point, right? If they can't entertain like the notion that researchers enjoy their subjects of research at their own leisure anyways, that means they're ignoring that fact that it, like, this is already able to be done, and if we don't say anything, they'll never know, right? Unless they're like actively like hacked my computer and saw that I've done, presumably would have done something, then yeah. So it's like traditional media, like books, like they can't do that with books, right? You can read a book, but you can also just like go on to like a forum and like read the book for free if you found the right forum to go on to.
Yeah.
But you don't hear that being a big issue. So why would it be on the same kind of media as like an old video game?
Right.
Or like the cartridge, you might buy a physical cartridge and like you see all your like, oh, blow in the cartridge, put it in, and that's how you get it to work on my Sega. No, you have to like put the corner in first and like finagle it and then pull it out partially to make it actually work on the CRT. Like this would circumvent that. And the issue with VGHF, the Video Game History Foundation, they're saying that lobbying efforts by rights holder groups is holding back progress. So it's not even the issue of like Nintendo's not saying no. It's the people that Nintendo hired to make the games that are saying no. The people that are actually like that bought the copyright for that material would be
Right.
saying no. I'm just using Nintendo as an option
Yeah.
because this really is just broad effort. Like you can't do that with Sega games. You can't do that with any, like you can't do an Atari game like that,
Mhm.
even though the Atari is so old that like not even my grandmother remembers Atari anymore because she's so old she can't.
Mhm.
So like what do we do about that? And the issue is nothing. They've kind of given up the effort. Sadly, the VGHF founder was like, we gave it our all. And he literally said, I cannot see what else we could have done. This fails the needs of citizens in favor of a weak sauce argument from the industry. And it's really disappointing. The other group that was working with them, the heck is what are they called? They don't say it until the very ass end of this document. Yeah, the Software Preservation Network has backed out of it entirely, apparently. So they're no longer like going to be actively trying to pursue this anymore. So
Mhm.
like it's pretty much dead in the water.
Ugh.
So yo ho,
Yeah.
pirate's life for me. For lack of better words. We as a primarily retro gamer, this frustrates me. But really, truthfully, who else is it going to frustrate?
Mhm.
This sounds like an effort made by a bunch of 30-somethings with like thinning hair, right? I hate to call it like it is, but like that's kind of how it feels. And at that point, we're the adults of this next gaming generation. The kids don't care about that.
Mhm.
Unless we are exposing them directly to this media of, hey, here's my old Sega, you want to play it? And then the kid's like, what other Sega games are there? I don't know because I can't get them anymore.
Yep.
Or I can get them for you. Just give me like 2 months to save up to buy
To
this
buy
game
the
for you.
game. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it that way. My kid's going to learn how I did it my way. Presumably.
Presumably.
I don't know.
Because there's so many. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, froze.
And even multiplayer, that's a whole different can of worms because this doesn't even go into like DS multiplayer games now. Let's just assume that I know of a homebrew app on DS on the 3DS that allows
Just an assumption.
An
Yeah.
assumption. Yeah. Yeah.
that has the online connectivity. How long before that gets taken down?
Right.
Like seriously, that's just started getting popular, and they've just started like I've heard of people being able to do things like play Pokemon Sapphire and Omega Ruby and get online and play. But
Here's another thing too.
Four Swords, yeah, that is perfect example.
Here's another thing is through the passage of time that we all are forced to experience, a lot of these games, even if you are doing your absolute best to upkeep them, are gonna break or become unworking over time. My point being the Pokemon original cartridges.
Mhm.
If you don't know how to replace those batteries in there, which probably by Nintendo's logic is illegal anyways, to like open and tamper with their shit, I don't give a shit, but like that
Mhm.
according to them, it probably is. Like there's literally no way to play Gen 1 legally right now if you know the cartridges all die out, and by Nintendo's eyes we weren't allowed to replace the batteries. Now granted they didn't actually say any of that,
Right. But like hypothetical.
yeah, Nintendo is absolutely the type of company that would, like, if they found a way to make a stink of it, they would. They
Mhm.
would.
But then the argument becomes is like, and it's weird that I'm saying it about these games in particular, but like the Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow,
Mm.
those three games in particular, is that small pennies compared to the ways you can play them now. Like, like for the children, right? So let's say like all the 16 somethings to like 20 somethings, right? Their exposure was with like Let's Go Eevee
Mhm.
and Let's Go Pikachu,
Mhm.
which in my opinion is probably like the definitive way to play Red, Blue, Yellow. So the problem becomes is how many voices does it take for actual Red, Blue, and Yellow to become relevant again for us to be like, okay, we need this game series back.
Mhm.
Like we need it.
I think that any game, regardless of, you know, whether people are interested in it or not. After it leaves the market, it should be available to be emulated, and Nintendo shouldn't have to make us think about it. If Nintendo wants to sell it again later, okay, I think they shouldn't be charging like $60 like they did for like the 3D All-Stars collection. Sure, those are 3 great games on there, but one of them is older than I am, and
and not to mention like the limited time run of it too.
Yeah, that was stupid. They also did that with the very first Fire Emblem game, never released in the States except for a kind of botched DS remake. And during the exact same time that they were doing 3D All-Stars, they did the NES version of Fire Emblem with a brand new English translation, never done before, running on Switch through not NSO, but like an NES emulator app that just did that one game. It was also limited time. It's gone forever. Can never play Fire Emblem 1 legally.
Well, I was gonna say you can.
Legally.
Yo. But yeah, no, that's it sounds really, really like repugnant of me to say that that's still like, truthfully, how many other people am I hearing that are like upset with that? That's enough to be more voices than needed, right? Because are they making more money reselling that game to the people, the small group that is like dedicated to want to play that, or are they making more money stopping the people trying to do it illegally?
I feel like they're burning a lot of money just by trying to stop people.
Yeah.
You know, just
That's
in
what
legal fees and stuff like that.
If it wasn't worth it, they would change up what they did, right? Maybe. Well, this is certain companies we're talking about.
Well,
Yeah.
there is a much more complicated matter to all of this, and this is why, you know, I personally didn't touch on the Power Word subject, because I knew there was more to it than what I'm familiar with, but a lot of it has to do with US copyright laws on why Nintendo in particular does that. More specifically, it has to do with maintaining your trademark.
Yep.
If you do not be aggressive with it, as we've seen with some things, you can lose your trademark. I might have mentioned this to you guys on Pixel Pulse. I don't remember, but Elevator.
Yes. Yeah.
Elevator was the name of a company, the name of a product, but it lost its trademark and now is the universal term for what we all know an elevator to be. But it was a privately owned patent at one point, and they lost it because they weren't being protective enough.
It was the same thing for Kleenex. I remember you mentioning that too.
There was also, like, back in the 90s, Nintendo was really campaigning hard to stop making everyone call video games a Nintendo, because they would have lost the rights to their company name at that point. So I don't know all of the specifics. I wish I did. Unfortunately, it's not a topic I've fully researched, but I know that to a certain extent, that is why Nintendo is weirdly aggressive at times with it. But I still think it should be adjusted, because US copyright law, the last time it got an adjustment for this was back in 98.
It was way long ago. Yep.
Back in 98.
But I mean, like, was it it's a matter of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And if it's not broke to them, they're not going to try to change that up. And from what it sounds like, what?
Nothing. That's a political comment. I won't make that.
Yeah. It comes down to a deeper understanding of, is it right to do it that way?
I don't believe so.
I do not think so.
No.
There's nothing that comes out of it except for frustration. And now I'm like worried that my kids are still going to have the same problem that I'm having. Let's just say I'm having that problem. Just to say I'm having that problem. I'm not having that problem whatsoever.
Yo
But-
ho ho.
Yeah. I know somebody. I know a man who knows a bear that knows a pig, that knows a spider, and the spider passes.
Bite.
Don't let it bite you.
Hurt.
Spider bite, boy.
but that can end up going into like deeper things, like what can also get shut down from that. So the only time's going to be able to tell, really. And right now, for the efforts that those two companies and those two organizations in particular put in, it's sadly kaput for them. And who knows who's going to pick up that mantle, that really negative outcome mantle that might still happen again. Who knows?
Right.
You're gonna have to fight a loophole with a loophole pretty much at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really as far as it goes. As far as my opinions on that go, I hate it. I wish it could change. I'm sure there's a billion bajillion people that wish it could change. Microsoft
stating about banjo.
Oh yeah,
shoving a foot in their mouth. How about that?
Yeah, that's not any one of our topics, but I guess briefly we can mention that. Did you hear what that Microsoft exec said about Banjo-Kazooie?
I remember reading it, but like I never fully went into it.
Did you hear it, Quinn?
No.
A Microsoft exec, I forget, probably in like an investors meeting or something. I don't fully remember the context, but like a week ago said, quote, "Nobody cares about Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Stop asking for new games."
You know, except for the person who is making like, what was it, Kirko Mods is doing like they just did Banjo-Kazooie and Wind Waker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for those people.
Yeah. Nobody though.
Nobody.
It's
No.
Nobody.
There's no interest. Shut up. Stop asking.
Later that day, Banjo-Tooie coming to NSO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna lie. I played the shit out of Banjo-Tooie.
Oh yeah, that was that same day. Yeah.
I've never played a banjo game, actually.
What?
No.
I mean,
well, you have free NSO thanks to someone.
Yeah, right.
So,
oh, it's already out?
yeah, it's,
Hey, yo.
Tui is on NSO as of like Thursday of this week.
See, I'm so far behind. I'm just gonna shut up and like just get used to this cross flip me upside down.
Okay.
Blood rush.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and move on to topic number 3?
Yeah, buddy.
This is going to be my topic here, ladies and gentlemen.
No shit.
Oh shit. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Peter.
This joke is already dead. We've beaten the dead horse.
We've beaten Quinn's upside down crucified body. So
That's a sentence I thought I'd never fucking hear in my entire life.
let me ask you guys, have you heard of the little indie company called Nintendo?
Nintendo.
We're back on it, huh?
Yeah, we're back to this bullshit.
What the fuck?
I swear to you, chat, one of these days I'm gonna have a Pixel Pulse topic that's not Nintendo related, but there's just been a lot of
That's
news.
the day the world spirals into
Yeah.
hell.
Our topics do what Nintendo don't.
That's so Nintendo, what was it? Like 3 weeks ago, announced a brand new super special mystery thing that they were calling the Nintendo Switch Online Playtest. Where I'm gonna turn around and face the other guys. I turned around to see what my topic was. Where they sorry. So basically, this came out of nowhere. There was no formal announcement to it other than they were saying, on this specific date, we're going to have open applications and we're going to accept up to 10,000 participants to take part in a beta or like an alpha, more like, for a game that is currently unannounced. And this is very unlike Nintendo to do. Like, Nintendo is one of, if not the most like secretive companies when it comes to their development process. They start
not recently.
They start and stop a lot of productions without ever making formal announcements, like all the time. Now, whether or not that information actually gets out, that's a different subject. But like, according to their MO, they generally don't try to announce stuff too far ahead of time, with some exceptions like Zelda, which
Prime 4 was also a good example too.
yeah, Prime 4. But that was also, I guess to be fair, they did start over and they weren't necessarily expecting to do that. So, but anyways, so the the Nintendo Switch online playtest was, I think the applications were open on October 11th. I woke up at 9 a.m. To apply for this service. I was there from the first second the polling was open. I clicked the button within an nanosecond, but it wasn't fast enough because I didn't get it.
No, nope.
And nor did pretty much everyone on the face of the earth. It was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
And
it was one instant. You went to look at it and then gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if like Nintendo expected that to happen, but before they announced so they announced the applications ahead of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they said that we're going to leave these open either until we hit our quota or for like a week. I don't even know why they gave themselves a fucking week, because it was genuinely gone within seconds. Like I'm not joking when I say I clicked it within the first second that button went from gray to red, and I still did not get in.
Yep.
Which was stupid. I did try applying again because in Japan the service worked a little differently. Instead of just having 10,000 or like whatever their finite number was.
It was a lottery system.
They did a raffle for it. Yeah. Lottery. So I have a Japanese NSO account that's part of our family plan, just so I can have access to the NSO eShop stuff. Egg, that's the name of that account. Egg did not make it in, unfortunately. So
Rip Egg.
No, none of us are going to be in the show. But what's also a shit show is they asked people to, and they couldn't legally enforce it. It's not an NDA. Legally, there is no signature on anyone's behalf. So the most Nintendo can do is like take down like the tweets. But they asked people to not talk about what's in this application, and that is the stupidest fucking thing. I can't believe I don't know if Nintendo really thought that was going to work or not, but that has to be one of the single most stupid things that they have ever asked.
What the bigger point of this is, why, like, they could have just had their own employees do this, right?
Well, so here's the thing. There has, since people don't shut up about it like Nintendo want, we know a little bit more about what it is. It's an MMO, like Minecraft-ish style game. I have seen some footage of it and some screenshots. I think the big idea is they wanted to test real world, like home Wi-Fi, like, because like, let's be honest, Nintendo's never been that great with their online services, right?
Ever.
There's some games like F-Zero 99 works pretty well for me most of the time. Mario Party, I rarely have any hitches with online for the last two main games. At least personally, I don't know if you've had a different experience.
It's more of what I watch. Like Jamboree in particular too, like runs like dog crap online for like, it was like the first like the first day or two.
I have not had a single problem with Jamborees online.
I had no problem with it, but like the people that I watched had problems with it. Yes.
Was it like a day one thing, maybe?
Day two.
Day two, really?
So they might they'll fix it. They'll get fixed if there is a problem. But
what was I in the middle of saying? I can't remember.
Something about their online services or something.
They I think that the general idea is they wanted real household like Wi-Fi experience to be able to see if they could run this thing. And from what I understand, this is so like pre-alpha that this might not even be a real game. That this might not turn into anything. This might just be them testing the waters. I mean, there's like famous examples of like I don't know how much either of you know about like beta Nintendo games. I know quite a bit, but like on the GameCube, for example, there was a tech demo for a game called Mario 128, the supposed sequel to Mario 64, and the tech demo for it was like 100 Mario models on screen running around
I remember
like a spear or a sphere. And this eventually got repurposed into Pikmin and Mario Sunshine, but the game of the 100 Marios running around the sphere, that never happened.
Mhm.
Nintendo does stuff like that all the time. There's also like Project Giant Robot on Wii U. There was the Twilight Princess, like the Zelda HD, where it was like showed like the really high def Link fighting Goma in the Temple of Time Twilight Princess style when the Wii U was first revealed. They do stuff like that all the time. A lot of it gets shown behind closed doors. So that's why the fact that this was like straight up open was like really surprising. But if Nintendo expected these random people that they couldn't even screen, like it's just like people who are a part of their NSO expansion tier, that's all the qualifications you need. You don't need to, they're not going to actually like look through your credentials and be like, this one's good. We should hire them. It was just, I mean, it was kind of a raffle here in the States too, but more just luck of pressing the button within that first nanosecond.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I was just curious as to your guys' thoughts and if you had heard anything about any of this, because it's been a funny shit show to watch them try to like cover it all up and be like, no, don't look at it. But also, like, what do you guys think of the idea of like a Nintendo made MMO? Because I'm not big on MMOs and I can't really think of a Nintendo game MMO other than like Xenoblade X, and that was like debatably MMO anyways. Like, what would your guys' thoughts be on like you log into a server and it's just like a real world that like people are like building shit. It's like Minecraft. Massively multiplayer.
It just makes me think of like this is going to be a very, very rough like comparison, but Me Plaza, like something kind of similar to that. Like it's a very rough similar, because again, I've never really experienced much with Nintendo games. I'm only just now getting into Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, not just now, but like I'm learning is essentially what I'm doing. But like, it just sounds like, I guess I would have to not figure out, but like what kind of MMO are they aiming for? Like, sure, it's in its alpha stage now, but like, what are they aiming for?
Apparently it's a lot of resource gathering,
world building,
and building. Okay. I think there's like, again, I'm not super well versed. I haven't like fully been following it, but from what I remember hearing, there's like you have like this entire world that's like constantly online, and like you build around certain regions, and I don't know what your objective necessarily is, but I think that's all I really know about it, truthfully. I think there's more information out there on it, but I don't know.
My deeper problem again with that I have, right? So let's just take a good example, but it's not even an MMO, but for example, Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
So not just Minecraft, but Microsoft like playing on Xbox Minecraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
The experience, well, even like using using like not the non-Java version on the computer too.
Yeah.
Also applies.
The Bedrock version.
The Bedrock version, yeah. I don't use it, so I didn't know the fucking name of it.
Yeah.
Just sue me.
How dare you?
Yeah. The problem that a lot of people were having is that there's inappropriate interactions with adults and children.
Yeah.
And that they were having that problem with like Roblox too, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that Nintendo has a massive throbbing hard-on for legal issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see this working out for more than like a week before they have to like take it down and re-change how their whole like privacy system goes.
Mm-hmm.
And this testing of the waters, they were testing for the wrong damn thing, in my opinion.
Apparently, in order to build in this game, this is kind of funny. You need to apply for a license in game, and then you have to like literally get approved for it. So you can't just like build like swastikas and shit. Like without like just going in there and just like I'm new. I'm gonna start doing profane shit.
Right.
Like you need to like apparently have like a license in game or whatever, and then I guess it can get taken away if you start fucking up.
Who are they marketing this to? Then, if that's the case, that means they're marketing to adults. And really, truthfully, I would say outside of like most people without like a family and like diehard Nintendo fans, their marketing will fail. Then, if that's who they're trying to, if you have to get like licenses and shit to play this, then yeah, It really depends on what they do. Since we don't know enough, that's the
And to be fair, it's such an early alpha that even if like this does become a game, anything that's in it right now could be vastly different. Or
yeah, they could
completely
they could
gone
take
or whatever.
one aspect out of it and
Yeah.
say, okay, that's what we were testing this for.
What is it's like Rust. Like, well, no, it's not like Rust, but you know, Rust back in the day was actually a zombie survival horror
Yes.
game. And they had completely taken out the whole zombie survivor aspect, and they just turned it into a survival game.
Yep.
They took out like the whole just zombies and stuff. They're like, whatever, this isn't a zombie game anymore. This is just about you surviving against other people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I could see it be doing that. Them being like, oh, well, here's the curveball. We're actually not making an MMO. We were testing this aspect of this game, and y'all fell for it. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
Whatever. They'll probably just do that to save face now, anyways, because they over trusted their audience. But you know,
I'm wondering. I hate to be such a Debbie Downer, but like I'm wondering, since this went so poorly to what Nintendo's idea of what this was going to be went, what they're like did we like piss off their lawyers and now they're gonna go on a rage spree or something? I don't know, but I'm wondering what comes like next.
See,
all this.
Echo, I'm sorry to cut you off on this. Echo, you won't need an IRL driver's license. You'll just need to pay one simple payment of $19.99 to
God
get the
damn it.
Omni driver's license for
Omni
Mario
driver's
Kart.
license. Fuck.
I'm gonna keep that joke going. It will not die.
It's good when you bring it back every once in a while. I like it.
But
I don't know. I don't really. It's so hard for me to form much of an opinion with Nintendo because everything that I've experienced so far with Nintendo has either been good or bad, and I've not really experienced enough Nintendo like games or even studied much with Nintendo as a whole to even like understand a lot about Nintendo because from what I know, Switch fun. I play game.
Meanwhile, Gabe tucking in his shirt and prepping for a 10-minute long without breathing segment. As somebody who only does Nintendo, on the aspect of pointing out that the best way to enjoy a Nintendo system is after they stop paying attention to it.
Mhm.
Right? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
But no,
Which is where
real
I
reasons, though.
mean, not me, but with the somebody I know is going through that experience right now.
With or without a Wii, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I thought you.
I
wanted to
thought
say
he was
No,
prepped back on that, man. I was like, oh shit.
They saw me like lean back and like move my microphone. They thought I was about to like go on like, a rant
Ancient sage is about to spew wisdom that we've never heard of in our
I've
entire
got-
lives.
And
Matt
they
gives me
both
all
kept
4
like
times.
looking at me doing like hand gestures. I'm like, what's going on? I'm just relaxing.
Yes.
And then I realized, oh, they actually
Yeah,
were being
I mean,
serious.
like just in all, like I'm still trying to get used to like Nintendo games because I'm trying to reach out more with like indie games.
You've been
and-
playing Xenoblade?
No,
Look.
I know. I'm gonna start playing it more though.
League of Legends and Valorant has rotted this poor
Yeah.
human being's
Oh.
brain,
Yes.
and now we've got to recover it with even more
Yeah.
brain rot.
I'm trying to even more brain rot. I want to. What is Xenoblade? I don't know.
Oh
Tony,
my
what's
God.
Xenoblade?
Now you've made Gabe's eyes roll in the back of his head. Now he's shaking. What have you done?
But I'm going through my adventures of trying to discover more games and play more games because I've just been so. I don't think stagnant's the right word, but I've just been so stuck.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
You've been comfortable with it.
Yeah, and in human nature, we don't like change, and we like to be comfortable.
Yeah,
Yep.
I prefer using card.
Yeah,
I don't like carrying coins.
yeah, I don't like carrying cash.
Well,
But-
not even just cash. I don't like carrying change. I don't
Yeah,
like
no,
carrying coins.
change is an inconvenience for me.
I always
That's
find
a
it
loaded
funny.
statement. Change is inconvenient.
I just find it funny that they were asking people not to leak stuff as other things were being actively leaked.
So wait, what are you referring to? When you say listen, I've been so like in PC hell world. I'm not. I might have heard of what you're talking about. Well, what are you talking about?
Let's just use a single word. Typhlosion.
Oh
No.
no. I forgot about the.
Yeah, and Brothership leaked too. Yeah.
Oh,
On top of all of that, Brothership also leaked.
Mm-hmm. No, I forgot about the Game Freak leaks. Yeah.
I'm saying, like, see, Typhlosion.
Stop it.
Okay, so in my defense, Typhlosion is like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's always been my favorite since the day that I had a Cyndaquil in my team. I refuse to believe that story that was a Typhlosion. I refuse to believe anything other than that was a Zoroark posing as a Typhlosion. It had to have been a Zoroark. You can screw yourself if you think otherwise, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna reveal something to you. I genuinely have been so in this PC hell that I didn't actually read any of this. I've heard that there was something Typhlosion. My question is this stream safe?
I can say it in a stream safe way.
Okay.
Yeah, a human fucked a Pokemon.
Okay.
That is very stream safe to put it.
Yeah. Not only that, but there's like 3 other stories similar to this, and some children are born.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes me go even to the deeper conversation of what is Ash Ketchum and why could he pick up a tree and throw it?
What do you mean?
Because he's part Pokemon. He has 100% half Mr. Mime. Are you going to argue me?
No, hell no.
Are you going to argue me
No.
on how this man survived a point blank thunder on episode 1? Survived a point blank thunder of never being electrocuted besides once at the
I'm crying, like actually crying.
and it speaks. Yep, a female rapid Ash and it speaks. Yep.
Quinn.
Let's not bring up Latias.
No.
Latias and Ash.
No.
What if Latias liked Ash because he was also part Pokemon? There's so many things I could say. Well, obviously all of that was scrapped, but the fact that it got leaked and then they were like, okay, so we're not doing a new project. Only 1,000 people can play it, and don't leak it, please. is unhinged. It's crazy. So that's what makes me think that they're not actually going to do an MMO out of that. There's something they're taking out of that.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect out of it. But
the Lapras spoke. Lapras said, I'll return in 3 days, bearing a child. This is literally like some Bible shit, dude. The chosen one will be back. And of course, the Lapras shows back up with the kid. And the dude takes the kid. It's just how it goes, man. We've been gifted this. We've been gifted this deep lore that will never be wiped from my brain. Like I said, it's all Zoroarks. I believe that every one of these situations was just a Zoroark just getting freaky. We'll just leave it at that in my brain.
So, do we have anything else on the Nintendo Online, or we ready for
everything's ditto?
What the fuck? just what the fuck?
As far as like Nintendo Online?
No, just the playtest thing. My general topic.
I don't really.
Or are we
much.
ready for pop culture?
I think I'm ready for pop culture. I don't have anything to add on to it.
Okay, I don't think I have much more either. I was just curious. Well,
we've now that we've broken chat, yeah, everybody's just kind of like the ones who didn't know. If there was anybody listening that didn't know, they're just sitting there at their keyboards with their phones, but they're just mouth open, like, oh, thanks.
like holy
fuck!
Oh, Lois.
Oh.
So here I've been doing a lot of the leading. You go for it, Agari.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What's our pop culture?
Oh, you know what pop culture is? You know what? I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
And one place that I really like to go sometimes for food, because their nuggets are probably arguably some of the best nuggets I ever eat. Chick-Fil-A.
Yeah.
I forgot that this was the subject. Yes.
So not only do they provide excellent chicken, but they provide streaming services now.
They're like a streamer like me?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Huh?
Well, kind of.
Huh?
It's well, it's a full streaming platform called Chick-Fil-A Play. So basically what it is, it's they wanted to, for some reason, move into the entertainment space.
Yeah.
And this is the fast food firm. This is a quote real quick. The fast food firm has been working with a number of major production companies, including some of the studios, to create family-friendly shows. So to me, this sounds like they're trying to kind of create like their own version of Nickelodeon, or like their own kind of streaming services that has to deal with like family-friendly shows. And I hate to say it like this, but the first assumption to me is like immediately Bluey.
The first worry that I've got is propaganda.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's like, okay, so if you're gonna have Chick-fil-A play, right, and it's gonna have cooking shows and all of this stuff in it, I just need to know quickly, how hard is Chick-fil-A going to be putting its dick down my throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, seriously, for lack of better words, like, how hard is it going to be peddled at all times?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even subliminally, like just something Chick-fil-A related in the background at all times, right?
It's like a show that takes place near Chick-fil-A.
And then they still have the balls to not be open on Sunday.
Yeah, right.
It make me want it all the time.
There's like
Do you think the streaming service won't work on Sundays?
they
just turn it off on Sunday so it doesn't work. There's like a small, I don't know if this picture is relevant, but I'll show it to you too. There's a picture of 3 cows.
Looks like cow and chicken.
It looks like those with Chicken Run.
Oh yeah, like
the
chicken run.
cows.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the picture is related to it or not. It's just a picture that was provided by the article. But there's just like 3 little cows, and I wonder, because there's no information about what what the shows are going to look like.
They're gonna peddle the cows like minions.
They did have a trailer for one show that is up on their official YouTube channel. It is called Legends of Evergreen Hills. I have not looked at this trailer. I didn't know that this trailer existed up until about 15 minutes ago when I looked it up. But it's an app that they're trying to develop, of course, which comes out November 18th. So they're trying to from the article, it says it does indeed offer scripted programming that the brand's fans won't find anywhere else, along with family-focused games, activities, and entertainment options that reflect the aspects of the brand that Chick-fil-A has become busily, if quietly, working to develop for years. So I don't know if I wonder if it's going to be kind of like how the Netflix route is going with, like they're allowing you to stream games off of Netflix and stuff now. But I wonder if it's just going to be because it's a Chick-fil-A app.
Right.
And I don't know if they're going to have like an online service, like you go online on your computer to go to like chickfilaplay.com or some shit, whatever. I don't know if they're going to offer that. I don't know if it's just going to be another brain rot app for kids to use, or I have no idea.
Now, I don't mean to make this into a political thing, but do you think it will try to push any agendas?
That's another thing that I was kind of concerned about too.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know if it's going to push any political agendas.
Well, I'm not
political, but
political. I'm like, and it's not even a concern. It's obviously you can choose not to download it if you don't want to watch.
Yeah,
it,
right.
So like all media ever.
Yeah,
but it makes me wonder if there's gonna be like religious undertones.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Not political, religious.
Yeah,
that's more what I was getting at.
Yeah,
and I don't give a fuck about that. I'm giving a fuck about the IMDb Stories of Evergreen Hills. The first one, that's the short from 2013.
Really?
No, sorry, 2023.
Okay.
Fuck me. It's called
While on the Cross. Oh wait, no, we took you down.
I'm on the cross now.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm fine. You get to eat rocks now.
Fuck.
The Spark Tree, right?
Yeah.
It features nothing to do with Chick-fil-A, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm looking up at the most recent screenshot from Stories of Evergreen Hills on their YouTube, it's a picture of what I'm assuming is what they're calling the timekeeper, the old guy, and Sam. But he's like handing her a box of Chick-fil-A.
Is he really? Let me look at
the
this.
tiny little screenshot. It's a box. It's a Chick-fil-A box.
It is literally just a Chick-fil-A box.
It's a very tiny. Because I know if I click on it, it's just gonna give me the thing.
But it is just so you can just barely make out the logo and the red box. It is just a Chick-fil-A box.
Oh man. So like, I might end up watching it unironically just to laugh at it because I'm like. You can't talk about how the world's how these two are like trying to bring people together by showing acts of kindness, and they're like, here's your act of kindness. Here's some Chick-fil-A, young girl.
Here's an 8-piece McNugget.
Only $12.99. Only one easy payment of $19.99 for Omni Filet.
The Omni joke.
I wonder.
On.
I wonder if it's gonna go like the Veggie Tales route.
Yeah, that was I
Well, they called healthy eating. I mean, like they weren't branded like, we're gonna promote like a certain brand of vegetable,
right?
Well, I'm wondering if like literally the VeggieTale brand will partner with this streaming service to try to push for it.
I thought that brand was already dead in the water.
No?
Like I haven't heard of any new episodes of VeggieTales.
No, it's been I think because the last thing that they were doing, if I recall, was Larry Boy because of Larry the Cucumber.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember that they were pushing that for a minute. They did their own little, it was like their own little cartoon series that they had with it, and because when I was a kid. That's what was kind of getting pushed onto me was VeggieTales and stuff like that. Because we won't get into that topic, but just like when I was watching it as a little kid, they kind of strayed away from the religious undertone with the Larry Boy kind of just cartoon show. But the main VeggieTales show itself was very undertone heavy. Yeah, and it just. I don't know if they're still around. I don't know if
they're the newest Larry Boy. You were right on the money. The newest Larry Boy feature film is announced for 2026.
No shit,
ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get a feature film in theaters.
Available first on Chick-fil-A Play
for an easy payment of $19.99.
Yeah, it's just gonna be only Larry Boy, from what it looks like. So they have started reposting all of their episodes on YouTube.
Is their copyright like VeggieTales? Like who makes Larry Boy? Like who?
It's Universal.
It's Universal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I don't like I remember the name VeggieTales. I don't know anything else about it, but Universal. That's kind of interesting to hear about that.
Yeah, they announced that the 2026 back in February.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't know.
The wait's almost ogre, everyone.
It's almost ogre.
Dude. All the action figures, man?
Yeah, right?
We're going to finally get an amiibo.
Larry Boy amiibo?
Larry the Cucumber amiibo. It goes right up there, just like the Luigi one can. Right in your butthole.
Okay, apparently there's another series that is going to be on the Chick-fil-A app called Hidden Island. It's a Chick-fil-A original series.
Oh my God. What's the main character? Tell me it's a cow.
It's a family.
Oh.
Family of cows.
I don't know. It's just it just looks like a family. Oh. It just says Hidden Island. It's just got a family on it. That's all it is. But then apparently, and I quote verbatim, in some exciting news, the cows are definitely back. Daisy, Sarge, and Carrots welcome users, then pop up elsewhere across the Play universe, such as Go Go Cow, which
yes.
An executive director of Chick-fil-A, blah, blah, blah. Wait, what? Hold on, wait. Explain to me this digital racing game the company released on its website last summer, but now with some enhancements.
Yo, I was just about to say,
audio?
Yeah, like $20.
$19.99. You can get Omni Cow.
Go Cow. Omni Go Cow.
Oh yeah.
This is peak gaming, dude, lads.
I'm excited for a Chick-fil-A game.
Chick-fil-A Play. It's gonna be so good,
dude. You get the Chick-fil-A Ultimate Pass.
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A Play Pass.
dude, I'm telling you,
that'll be so good.
They'll start making those cows into fucking Fortnite characters. It's on.
This app will also feature family trivia and singing games, craft activities, cooking videos called recipe remixes.
Where the recipes are, you have to use the Chick-fil-A secret sauce.
That jazz up a popular Chick-fil-A menu item.
Fuck yeah. I already knew that. It's a free service. Of course, they're going to peddle Chick-fil-A every second that they can.
Wait, it's not a subscription service? It's free?
I thought it was free.
I think it's free. I'm not seeing anything about it being a subscription-based program.
Your brain pays the price.
Yeah, right.
You literally consumed so much Chick-fil-A propaganda subconsciously. It's like what? It's like the whole Black Ops thing. What are the numbers, Mason? Like, next thing you know, you're trying to like break into a Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
It's gonna carry apparently 20 ebook titles.
Dude, what? Yeah,
it's gonna be element. I don't know, because it says there's 2 books that they have so far right now, which is the day. What? Oh no, sorry. Kimberly Guard's The Day Punctuation Came to Town, and then it's Kate Messner's Over and Under the Snow. So I'm guessing this is just going to be like a kids dedicated app.
Is this available now or like what?
November 18th is when it gets released.
Okay, so here's my question. Do you guys think this is going to be something on the same tier of like what the fuck is like the KFC gaming console?
Oh my god, I haven't thought about that.
If it's not on my KFC gaming console, I don't want it.
And then a broader question to that, I can't recall where a brand like just like a brand like that has done something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't think of it. Like I can't think of any other food place that has made a streaming service or anything like for that matter outside of like the already popular streaming services that were already out. Like of course HBO made one, of course like Hulu made one, of course like Netflix made one. That's their thing. But like a food brand to make one. What potential openings does this make for all the others? Like, is McDonald's going to be like, okay, well, we'll start ours now?
I just want to interject you real quick. That picture that you showed me from just the trailer, not even looking into it.
Yeah.
You were dead on. I'm not even kidding. Loosely, it's about a girl named Sam who discovers a magic passageway in her family's grandfather clock where she encounters the timekeeper. A wise
fucking
figure,
Narnia shit.
a wise figure who teaches her the power of small acts of kindness. The first 4 episodes were bite-sized storylets of 2 minutes, dolled out 1 per year, pegged to the holidays, whatever. Blah blah blah. However, last year Sam discovered the world inside the grandfather clock and is actually far more elaborate than she believed. The 5th episode of 10 minutes. I'm not gonna go into that. Blah, blah, blah. Play app users will get to those 5 episodes.
The elaborateness was her just realizing it was all Chick-fil-A.
The point being is you were fucking smack on it.
Timekeeper's like, here's the gift of kindness, young girl. An 8-piece nugget.
This is the act of kindness I am giving you today.
And you're also welcome, Froze.
I completely forgot that they made that KFC dating sim and the console.
Dude, dating sims are the way, man. That's like, you want the best video gaming like content ever, just play dating sims, man.
That's like back in the days. Like that just makes me think of like when brands started, like Wendy's, when they started to just like go off on social media on people and stuff like that.
Well, like some of my favorite gaming, like early like computer gaming instances was like going on like websites like there was a McDonald's website that you could go onto to play games. There was like this Grimace game that was on there like when I was a kid.
Play Sneak King?
Yes. I remember Burger King selling. Well, like I don't know. They gave them away, didn't they?
I don't remember.
I can't remember if they sold them or if they gave them away. But it was the
Megan doesn't know.
Oh, Megan doesn't know. But they had like what 3 or 4 different Burger King games. Yeah,
and this was like on the peak of all of the website, the TV show gaming like things like the Nickelodeon gaming and like
Toontown from Cartoon Network and stuff like that. And like what was the other one? It was like Splat Zone or something like that.
So they're just taking this and putting it on a new slap of paint. Instead of saying we're going to do games, we're just going to have a streaming service for our products, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I can see where like I'm going to be the guy to say this, but it's almost like a cult following of people that like Chick-fil-A. It's not just like people that can just have Chick-fil-A every once in a while and people that don't. It's like people that do not like Chick-fil-A whatsoever, and then the people that like can't exist without having it once a day.
Mhm.
I've seen it.
Mhm.
I've been there. I've done that. I go to my mall. I know.
Yep.
I see it all the time. That line is huge. It's like
it's always packed. It's
hardcore die-hard people.
The actual location of it too is usually wrapped.
So-
Like there's so many people.
So it almost makes perfect sense that they're like, hey, let's tell all these people about this and see how quickly we can just get everybody to watch this. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting. You know what? That's our task for that
Reviewing it the
episode.
day it comes out.
Yeah, we got to review the app, and we got to let people know how we think.
I'll watch the episode.
The first gaming outlet review as a standalone
It's the
upload.
Chick-fil-A Play app.
Chick-fil-A Play app, not even a video game.
Oh boy,
That's perfect. I love that idea.
I can hold a controller in my hand and pretend.
So I was
Cows.
I watched them hand over the Omni chicken and
The Omni chicken. Oh, okay. One more before we switch off of this.
okay.
There is a little bit of information about that 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 Hidden Island
Okay.
series. Wait, is it an audiobook?
Fuck yeah, it is. I can guarantee it is.
Okay. So apparently it's just, I don't know, because there's very little.
And it's like super fucking like psychological too. So it's like once upon a time there was this girl named Sam Chick-fil-A that lived on an island alone with her family, Chick-fil-A, and there were cows, and these cows, Chick-fil-A, went moo.
So from this little bit of information in this article, it says there's a brand new series called Hidden Island that follows a family that got shipwrecked during a catastrophic holiday ocean misadventure, because Chick-fil-A loves a good holiday themed drama.
Hell yeah.
More audio shows are set to debut in 2025, one being Ice Lions, based on the true story of Kenya's only hockey team.
In other news, Hallmark is rolling over in their fucking graves.
They're going to have a fucking heyday with this one. I can't believe that. That's so cool.
Why don't we go ahead and move on to grab bag and then wrap up real quick? Gwen, you wanna lead us into our grab bag? Do you remember what it was? The general discussion of.
You're wearing it right now.
Oh, hey, yeah. Rollercoasters,
Yeah, there you go.
So Agari and I recently went to Cedar Point, and by recently I mean yesterday. It is Halloween weekend, so we decided to go. And besides dragging everybody on the smallest coaster they've got, the Blue Streak, and then dragging Agari on the second smallest coaster they've got, the Gemini.
I didn't feel like that was that small.
No, but except for the slew of 5-year-olds sitting with us.
That's fair.
On the same
That's
coaster.
fair, yeah.
Right? I've got it. They said okay, so no, we're having a mental breakdown now, guys.
Okay.
Seriously. So the topic was roller coasters.
Yes.
Right. That's all I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
Okay.
It just says roller coasters.
Yeah.
So I like them, and I don't like riding them alone.
Yeah.
I've been to Cedar Point. I've been to Six Flags. I've been to Universal Orlando, Universal California, and Disneyland and World, and that's it for any places that have had roller coasters. I'm not the biggest thrills guy. I'll admit. I get a little scared on roller coasters. I feel like I'm gonna die. But I really, the one thing I can contribute is I used to play a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Dude.
You already know why I'm smiling.
Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon game and Thrillville specifically. Thrillville specifically were awesome.
You could almost say that they're off the rails.
They're off the rails. Off the rails is the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Cedar Point yesterday, as he mentioned. I rode a couple of rides with him, not too many because, well, first of all, I did all the driving, and that was by choice.
It was literally just to not kill the adrenaline so you don't fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, that was by choice. But
That's his excuse.
Yeah, that's my
that's the excuse.
And I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
But Thrillville, yeah, exactly, Froze.
You should have bought the 1999 Adrenaline Plus pack.
Omni Adrenaline.
The Omni Adrenaline pack. But we rode a couple coasters. I rode the Gemini. I rode the Blue Streak, which the Blue Streak was hilarious to ride.
And then I just paced around wishing that I rode everything else, but never did.
Yeah.
Well, even when given the opportunity to, and I don't know why I didn't.
We
but-
went in line for, what was it? The Scream Pipe? I think that's what it was called.
Yeah,
The pipe scream. Yeah. It was...
which was pretty much just like an over glorified giant boogie board with 3 rows of 5 being able to seat in those 3 rows on each side, and it just spins and then it goes over like this wavy track that like has 2 waves, and then like the end like cups upwards, so they go back down that cup once it hits that peak.
Mhm.
And yeah, even then the line was horrible. I almost wish I had the extra money to have done the fast pass, but on the same note, I think I would have done the same thing that I did this time, which was just stare at it and go,
Yeah.
maybe next time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, it didn't seem bad. Like, I wasn't... the only problem I really had with it is I had to go to the bathroom at the time. But we were waiting forever, and we were just kind of like, yeah, there's, like, other stuff that we could do that is much better than that.
You guys ever saved up and like gotten like the fast passes to any of these parks?
Yes.
I've never gotten a fast pass.
So
I've never gotten them.
I've been to Cedar Point 3 times, and one of those 3 times we had the fast pass, and it was worth it.
Was it?
I'm assuming it was more worth it for my mother that went with me than me,
Mhm.
because I just did like I was like 12, so that was like me doing like the Gemini was about as big as it went for me.
Yeah.
And she drug my ass on the Iron Dragon, which for those who don't know, that is feet hanging off
Ugh.
into the void below you. And then when it goes around like a curve or up over a loop-de-loop, instead of being on the inside of the loop-de-loop, you are on the outside of the loop-de-loop because of that. And that is an experience that I will never want to recreate.
I was like, because I was willing to do, what was the one that was by the entrance? The one that
the
like
Raptor?
No, the one that
Oh,
went
the
literally
Gatekeeper.
over. Yeah, the Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the Gatekeeper, but I was honestly I was tapped out because we were there for like 12 hours.
Yeah, it was getting up to 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then thankfully at 8 o'clock we could stop caring about the roller coasters, which is weird that I say that, because it also, the Scream Park opened up in its full entirety, and it was nothing but like actors scaring you and all of that stuff to make me forget about. I mean, I still rode the Gemini again at the end.
Yeah.
And I did farm the Gemini once with like a huge group of children, so I felt totally like out of place. But on the same note, roller coaster, right? Yeah.
But we were talking about the other one too, the Sirens Call that they're making, or the Sirens Song or something like that.
Yeah, there's some new coaster that's going to be like absolutely like Thrillville obscenity.
Yeah,
like, the way it works.
The way that it works is, I'm kind of demonstrating this for Gabe. I don't know how I can really explain this, but there's a straightaway. Once it builds up, it goes all the way up, and then they just go straight across. But once they're straight across, they're locked onto the track, and the track vertically goes 90 degrees. And it just sits there until it is completely 90 degrees, holding you right there in that spot, and then it drops you.
I don't like it.
No, it sounds awful. That's supposed to come out next year, but that is some absolutely Thrillville shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's because you see in Thrillville, if you've ever played it, there's like roller coasters that you can make them jump gaps and shit, or you can launch them off and just the people will fly out, whatever. But I think was it in the first one that they had that same kind of style?
Off the Rails had it.
Off the Rails had it? Okay.
Because they called it, I can't remember exactly what the term they used, but it was like called the WoW edition of doing coasters. So like you could make the coaster regular, and then there was like this little button at the top that said like WoW or something like that, and you could click on that and it would have all like these obscene things like shoot the coaster out of a cannon through a fire ring, and like land on top of a cow, sponsored by Chick-Fil-A. Like,
that was there for $19.99 for Chick-fil-A Play.
Yeah. So yeah.
Omni Filet.
Oh my God, my brain is melted now. But yeah, that was the whole point of those. And now that I'm like, he brought that up while we were there, and in my brain, I'm just like, okay, so how many different ways can this go wrong?
Yeah. Because I mean, even with the Top Thrill, because we went there, they have the roller coaster that was just the Top Thrill Dragster. They took the first one down. They put it up for the second one. It's always having problems.
It's not that it's having problems. It's that they aren't comfortable enough to run it due to them making sure that it's safe. So it's not safe enough for them to start it up.
Yeah.
Even if it's something minute, that one minute thing is enough to just shut down a whole roller coaster, and it's for good reason. Yeah, I'm like happy that they're doing it. But on the same note, it's the same issue we had with like Jurassic Park. They were so busy thinking that they never asked, should we?
Mm-hmm.
And a whole pitch of freaking track facing downwards out of nowhere, I think is a should not.
Yeah. Because one thing with the Top Thrill is that, do you know anything about the Top Thrill dragster?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it basically, I read the first version of this. I never read the second version, and I fucking hated it. But the first version, you get on the coaster, you get pushed forward a little bit, and then like you know how like a drag strips, the lights just go like 3, 2, 1, brr, and then they just start dragging.
They fire off.
Yeah, they fire off and stuff like that. The way that it goes on the Top Thrill dragster is that you sit there and the lights go down. It's counting down from like 5, whatever. The lights go and then it hits green. And then you are blasting off at, I think what it was the last time I was there was 121 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's 0 to 120.
Jeez.
And it was fucking ridiculous. And then you go up, there's a corkscrew at the top, and then you sit at the top. And it's like 5,400 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting at the very top of it. And then you go down and you corkscrew again.
Ooh.
It is the fucking worst thing. Because like I can handle fast roller coasters. I can handle not super fast though.
Mm-hmm.
And like going from 0 to 120 in a matter of like 2 seconds, I'm like, fuck that noise. It is absolutely the worst experience I've ever had. But that was, oh my God, like 10, 11 years ago when I went to.
That was the last time that's the last time they actually ran it, according to me not seeing it up ever every time I went there, it was always closed down.
Yeah, it was closed down this time. And I don't know. Like, do you think they're going to get rid of it? Do you think they'll keep it?
No, that's probably like one of the, like, besides like the Millennium, and if the new ride that they're planning goes through, those will be like their big 3.
Yeah.
They usually keep a realm of big 3, and then once like the next third in the rotation goes, they take one of their oldest ones and decommission it.
Dude, the Steel Vengeance. The Steel Vengeance looked fucking awful.
It looked amazing, and I wish I would have had the gumption to actually just
The juxtaposition of you two. It looked awful. It looked amazing.
Yeah, no, it was absolute like terrifying.
I'm not a thrill chaser, to admit. I like a good thrill every once in a while. When we got into the part of the night where it was the Hollow Weekend night, and they had opened up all the horror attractions and stuff like that, I refused to go in. I was like, I don't need to chase this adrenaline right now. I got to drive us, whatever. They did all the horror attractions and stuff. They said it was all right for some of them, but for me, I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd probably be the same, truthfully.
Yeah.
My closing statement on Hollow Weekend is, if you're going to go to a theme park known for the roller coasters and amusement rides that are strictly just for rides and whatnot, expecting to have a lot of fun with their haunted houses, don't go. It's like we're not recreating the pizza here, right? No, seriously, like, it was cool, but it was just like a fucking roller coaster. You would walk into this event, you would walk through, and it was just a single path that would like veer off in directions. And every time you'd veer off and turn a corner, there was just a guy standing there, boop, just trying to scare you. And after the first one,
yeah,
it got old.
Well, that's how I felt with all the scarers that were walking around, because they were just doing the same shit.
Yeah, cool. You slap the ground and made sparks.
Yeah.
Sweet. For the third time.
They'd walk up to you, they'd be like, boop, right in front of you, and you'd be like, oh.
It's like going to a hibachi restaurant every year for your birthday, and they keep bringing out the onion volcano. You're like, I get it.
Yeah, but I love the onion volcano. But yeah, it was like, because I sat there when they were doing the attractions. There was one attraction that was right across from I guess it was the slaughterhouse is what it was called. Yeah. It was the blood on the bayou.
Blood on the bayou.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
that was the most aggravating.
they were in there for like 20 fucking minutes. And I'm sitting there watching the crowd, walk past, and then the scarers come around, and they are just farming everyone in the area. And like, because they're just all like sliding on the ground, causing sparks and scaring other people.
Campus
like,
spawn, man.
Yeah, they were just, it was just like a farmhouse. But everyone, every once in a while, somebody would get a little bit too like fuck you for doing that. And then the guy would have to break character, be like, dude, chill, like calm down. It's just a little scare. And
I would just be looking right in the eyes and be like, why the fuck did you come here? You knew this was going to happen.
And
what were you expecting?
They were selling the non-scare necklaces too, which were like $20.
Oh, like 15.
15? Okay. I didn't know if it was like 15
for $19.99. You can get the Omni Do Not Scare Me pass.
But they had these necklaces that glowed so that the scarers wouldn't scare them. But like they're coming to a horror event that was known for the whole weekend that it was going on, I think.
From October 8th to November 2nd.
Yeah. So they've been doing it for a while, and they're coming out to do a horror attraction at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. How do you not expect that?
Right.
But regardless, it was a good time. We had a good time.
It was 10 out of 10. I had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I rode a few roller coasters.
I watched my wife have an absolute mental breakdown.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if we could talk about that, because
No,
dude,
yeah.
On the entire ride, so the entire time we were building up we were in the line, we're getting up there, she's like kind of panicking, whatever, she's not, whatever, we get up in line next, and it's starting to hit her. She's like, oh fuck, we're gonna get on this coaster. She
doesn't like heights, for example. So like,
Me too.
yeah, so the buildup was not worth the payoff. She just screamed the whole time. She screamed like no. That's all she could say for the entirety of the ride.
But
scared the lady in front of her, scared the people behind her.
It was like a blood curdling scream.
Yeah,
there was no holding back. We went up the hill to go down, and she was like, oh my god, and just
oh my god, Lois, I'm about to scream.
But it just the entire time we're going through the coaster, she's just like, no. And we get off at the end of the coaster, we're dying of laughter.
I'm gonna replay this last like 5 minutes, and she's gonna be so fucking pissed off. Don't. This isn't getting cut. I told her she was never gonna live this down.
No,
Oh my god.
Well, she'll never ride a roller coaster again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, that definitely put that in concrete.
Slap the fear of God into that poor woman.
But yeah, because we did the sky thing.
She had to look down into the bucket.
The gondola,
into the bucket of the gondola without looking over.
Yeah, because the gondola went through one part of the park that we just took because it was faster to get.
And you got me almost hanging over the edge to look at the people, and she was like, it would just.
It went up pretty high. It went up pretty high, and we were kind of like, I was like, ugh. But yeah, we rode the gondola right before that, and then she just went on the coaster and lost her mind.
In short, save yourself $179 of buying pass and a fast pass, and just get play a VR movie on your computer.
Yeah, you'll probably get the same.
Put it to monosite and just watch on your computer.
Yeah.
And if you really need to have it with more than one point of view, you're gonna have to spend the $19.99 to get Omni look and
Omni coaster.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should wrap up here.
I think that wraps it up for us.
I do believe I have beaten a joke so hard into the floor that it is now time to stop.
Don't worry.
Time to stop.
You can never get as far as me saying bacon, egg, and cheese. Just remember that. You can try as much as you want.
Captain Froze is speaking facts here. We need a new Thrillville game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least a remaster of Off the Rails.
You could just buy Off the Rails and play it. I mean, it doesn't need a remaster. It's solid gold as is.
I wanted to be on Unreal 5.
You just want to kiss every girl in my amusement park in HD.
Which is weird knowing that I'm 27 now. Anyways, I think that wraps up the episode.
Where the fuck can people find you?
On the crucifix.
Oh, you can find me on Twitch, primarily Twitch. I do have a YouTube channel, but there's nothing been ever posted, and I don't think I'm gonna post anything on there for quite some time unless you pay $19.99
for Omni Quinn.
You can find me on Twitch. Quinn_is_trash. We play games. We do things with stuff. We might be even on tonight. Holy shit!
I'm probably live tonight.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
So yeah, hey, we'll talk.
I don't have Steam right now, so
Yeah.
You don't need Steam to be a pirate, my friend.
What are you playing tonight?
I'm gonna fuck around. I'm probably gonna mess with the Mario multiplayer. To be honest with you, there's some mods that I've looked into and I've tried outside of what we've messed with.
Was I playing with you and Melvin after the last?
Melvin and I, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. What? That just sounds like
it's like a Kirby Air Ride thing.
Oh.
It's based on like SRB2 kart or something.
okay. Yeah.
Have you played SRB2?
Yes. You sent me the link to that once, and I did play it.
We should play that together.
Yeah.
Huh? What about you, Agari? What are you up to?
Well,
And where can they find you?
what am I up to? Honestly, I'm gonna go home and go to bed. I had like 4 hours of sleep last night. I got home at like 3 a.m.
Yep.
Well, 2 a.m, and I didn't go to bed until like 3. But we kite him to fight stuff. Yeah. But you can find me as Agari_Uchu, AGARI_UCHU on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky now because Blue Sky's better. Agari Uchu is usually just where you can find me.
Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's much better. But you can find me pretty much anywhere: YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitter, whatever. Just Agari Uchu. I'm a little anime boy on the internet, so you can find me somewhere.
What are you streaming?
Tuesday is Poke Tuesday, so I'm going back to Omega Ruby. It's been a long time since I played Pokemon. I've been pushing it off, and I'm like, I'm gonna finally come back to actually playing Pokemon so that Quinn can beat my ass in Pokemon.
No, you're gonna take down the 9th gym is what's gonna happen.
But I'll start Poke Tuesday with Omega Ruby again, and then I think Thursday I'm gonna start Mass Effect.
Ooh.
I've never played Mass Effect.
Shit.
Yeah,
And
you were saying that I think last Pixel.
Oh
Pulse that
man,
you
I
picked up.
hope you are ready to smash some blue. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I got the Legendary Edition. Well, one of my friends bought me the Legendary Edition, so I have all 3 of the remastered games.
Mhm.
So I will play through those, and I will do that on stream every Thursday. But I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday is what I aim for, unless I'm doing Pixel Pulse, or unless something else has happened and I'm not streaming. But that's usually announced on my Discord.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can say all of this and not bring up the obvious fact that what I'm going to be doing all night is going to be the same thing you're doing, which is wondering why Jeff has a Home Depot bucket as a profile picture.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed that, but I caught that, and I keep looking up, and I just kept realizing it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
All right, whatever.
What about you, Gabe?
Well, as for Twitch, you can find me where you're currently watching. If you're watching from Twitch, if you're watching from YouTube, then you cannot find me where you're currently watching from because that's Gaming Outlet and that's not me. You can find me at twitch.tv/GabrielSurgeVA or YouTube for my stream archives at Gabriel Surge Live Libraries.
That's an old name.
Yeah, Sir Surge was what it used to go by. But whenever I get my Steam back up, I'd like to resume Sonic X Shadow Generations. I was fucking 2 levels into the game, and it's really good, by the way. Music?
I know. It's been annoying me that everybody says it's so good.
Yeah. You haven't played it yet?
Yeah. The regret is real.
Yeah, I'm playing through that. Also on Steam, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts, so I have to wait for Steam to come back for that. Otherwise, off of Steam, I'm playing through Echoes of Wisdom still. Great game, by the way. I have done a couple of Mario Party streams, which you said you picked it up. Did you pick up Jamboree?
I got Jamboree. Yeah,
We
I got
need to do a Jamboree stream.
I'm doing.
Y'all wish to lose in Jamboree this quick.
I'm doing a Jamboree stream this Friday, but I mean, I'm down for whenever after that.
I unfortunately have to work.
Yeah.
But, are you available the next day, Saturday as well?
I should be able to. I should be fine.
Maybe.
I think so. I'll let you know.
I also know I have some plans with my dad that day, so I'll have to see what my availability.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm I guess Streaming Jamboree sometimes every now and then, and Mario and Luigi Brothership I think will be out before the next Pixel Pulse, so I'm probably going to start that.
I got a couple Mario and Luigi games on my a friend of mine's got a couple of them on the DS that they can play.
That you're borrowing.
Yes.
Yeah. Physical copies.
Yeah, physical copy.
If you by chance have the availability to do so, Bowser's Inside Story is the best one in my opinion.
I literally said the same thing.
Yep.
Now here's my hot take. The remake is actually really solid. The side mode that they add in the remake gets shit on by a lot of people.
It's so fun.
It's really good, and the story is fucking phenomenal. I'm glad you knew that.
No, I was telling him about the Ink Bowser.
Yeah,
being cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Bowser's Inside Story. The not the side mission on that.
Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
Yeah.
I don't remember Ink Bowser, but I was more just talking about.
Yeah, it was like Mario Sunshine, pretty much like.
He told me about that. Yeah.
What I liked about Bowser Jr.'s Journey is it made so there's these characters, I'm sure you may or may not know them, the Koopalings in Mario that usually kind of are generic. You know, they come back in every game and they're kind of annoying because they come back too frequently. But then in Bowser Jr.'s Journey, they actually did a really good job at like characterizing them, and they made like a couple of moments where I felt some emotion. I was like, why is this coming out of a Mario game? But I just need to shill that game because that's very solid. Also, this will be a hot take, but I actually kind of like the visuals and the music a little better in the remake too, but that's subjective.
Morton, please.
Yeah, Morton. Yeah. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for us today here on Pixel Pulse. Thank you so much for watching. Assuming that I have no more computer issues, we will be here again in 2 weeks, which will be what?
It'll be
November.
No, stop. No mouth noises.
November 10th.
November 10th.
So November 10th, tune in for another exciting episode of Pixel Pulse. I'd love to have Quinn on more. Obviously, as a fourth guest, is a possibility, but if any of us needs to drop out, you know, Quinn, I'm sure you'd love to come on, right? Let me speak for you.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you're on the crucifix.
Yeah. And with that, I'd like to close out the show. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. What?
Oh,
Oh my God.